Let's show you how to make two sounds today. First, this will be part one. Part two is going to sound like all these macros. But to get to that, we got to start with the bass sound. Okay, starting from scratch, we have oscillator A, oscillator B, both turned on. You can turn the level down for oscillator B. Position 2 for both, so sine waves. You can bring random off. Let's do -1 octave for oscillator A. Oscillator B is 0. We're going to turn on sync for oscillator B. For this one, it gets pretty finicky, so get exact figures in 4.38 and bring the warp up a little bit. No effect yet. That's going to change oscillator A once we turn on FMB. Now it sounds like a mess right now, but once you turn sync on, don't touch it. That's it. Just turn it on, leave everything all the way down. Get a nice little buzz. Turn your sub on, -1. Level up. Now for filter 1, we're going to route that to bus 1 and turn it off from going to main as well. You shouldn't hear any difference. This is what it was. Bus 1. So what this does is this is going to allow me to put some effects on bus 1 and then some effects that are going to be like the sub level and sort of the finishing touches, the crazy macros and stuff. So I can split up my effects. Let's go to flanges, phaser 36 minus. Key tracking is going to be on. Drive up. And just manage your main as you go. Resonance all the way up. For this, I do think it matters. 1471. Doesn't hurt to get it exact. Envelope 1. We're going to go to just a little bit. Curve down. So that's like 87. Just take a little bit off the front. So this is where we're going still. Now let's go to bus 1 and start stacking effects. Chorus on. Rate down a pinch. Just approximate is fine for this. Delay down, delay 1 down, depth down. Feedback a little down. Low pass filter up, mix down. Doesn't make a huge difference yet. Okay. Envelope 2, we're going to start needing that. Let's set envelope 2 to sustain all the way down, decay up about 3.7 seconds. Attach that to mix for the chorus. And just bring it up a little bit. That beginning. Flanger, rate down, depth down to about halfway, phase all the way down, mix all the way down, and then envelope 2 attached to it. EQ, right side, let's go 373-ish. Q down to 25 and then minus 11, which of course we're going to attach LFO2 to. Not too much. We're going to play with this quite a bit, so go ahead and set your LFO2 bar to 2 bar, or rate to 2 bars. Turn your dot on, and then attach a macro. Your macro will control the speed, so you can go as high as your max that you like. That's probably a little too much. So probably like 30-second note for the max. And bring your macro down a little bit. You know, wherever you want it. There we go. Now bring your compressor in, multi-band, and start with the preset of OTT Serum 1. Threshold down to minus 25. Ratio to 8, 1. Bring our gain up, 23. Release up, attack down. And then for these middle settings, we've got 106, 120, and 107. 106, 120, and 107. Cut the highs down to 3.7, boost the lows to 13. Starting to get there a little bit. Bring this up to 2760. I bring this down to 0.71. Distortion on. Sine shaper. Turn your filter on to pre. Drag this over. About 68. Frequency down to 131. Q down to 0.6. Drive up. And mix down. You can do all this to taste. LFO2 is going to attach to the mix, dry wet. Okay, we're getting there. Now let's go to main, and we're going to do another equalizer on main. Frequency down to 160. Gain down to minus 10-ish. And then go at about, 2 o'clock for the max. From there, it's just, like, we're pretty much there with our main sound. We could do dimension expander. Putting LFO2 onto the mix of both of these guys. Delay, I've got a little delay on here. I think this just does a teeny little bit. Let's go turn BPM off. Bring this down pretty low. 20.32, 30.58. And we're gonna just drag this straight down. Bring this onto mix. Kind of just adds a little bit of separation from the crunch. Little reverb. tall. Bring it all the way down. Cut the lows. This is all very minor, so not a huge deal. There we go. A little bit of reverb. And then finishing touch, let's go ahead and do, I actually do LFO like 7. So we're just going to do 6 for now, I guess. And we're going to set this to 2 bars. Little curve. That should do. Go into your matrix. Set LFO. Set that LFO. So LFO 6. Actually, just for good measure. Can we do this? No. It's not going to add until I actually put this to use. So let's turn this to global main tuning. Now I use, I think, this macro, like whatever, doesn't matter which one, and set that as the source. So let's call this dive. Let's call this speed. So let's turn this on. And that's going to activate the dive. You can bring it down if you just want to use it without the dive. So that's the main sound. Back to all these other macros. Each one, I tend to program them individually, so they'll sound interesting by themselves, and then it's in combination with everything that you get some interesting new sounds and variations that you can use to build and to evolve your bass. So let's try with up high so you can hear it. That's on the sync warp. Okay, next let's do wiggle. Just adds a little wiggle to it. Tone 2. Wiggle 2. Doesn't sound like much until we get to all of it, so just hang in there. Open. Cuts out the wobble, and twinkle. So what happens when we start to combine these? And this is without really planning this out. Let's start with twinkle. Oh, damn it. Sorry, let's try it again. Okay, so that's a little demo of how I use macros. You can tell, like, there's probably, I don't know, 6 main sounds and variations within there. And then on top of that, you probably have, I don't know, 30 unique sounds. And that's so that your presets can go a lot farther. That's my whole thing. Now, if you take a look, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. The routings are kind of going a little nuts. I mean, just look at the matrix. There's a lot going on. So that's going to be part 2. But part 1 should get you here. There you go.